Welcome to What Should I Buy Next, the series where you guys decide what bottle of whiskey I'm going to buy next. Today we're doing the Buffalo Trace Edition, so let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Hutch, and thanks so much for joining me on this journey through the world of whiskey. So today we are doing the What Should I Buy Next series, and we're doing it on Buffalo Trace Distillery. So just a little recap of how this series works. First rule is whatever bottle gets commented the most in the comments down below is the bottle I'm going to try to go out and buy next. So make sure to put in your vote when you're done watching the video, during the video, put it down below what thing you think I should go get next from Buffalo Trace. Second rule is usually a price cap I put on these videos, but actually I'm not going to do that today for a couple of reasons. First is Buffalo Trace is a distillery that most of their products are getting harder and harder to find and are more and more allocated. And so there's a lot of price markups, and certain whiskeys, go for well above MSRP. There's also a lot in their lineup that's already sitting at that $100 price point. So it doesn't feel like I should really put too much of a price tag on this one. Also, I just want to know what you guys think their stuff is worth. A Stag Junior out there going for $250, $300. Same with the H. Taylor single barrel. The small batch stuff going for, $100 more, so I just want to know what you guys think Buffalo Trace products are worth. So I'm not going to put a price tag on any of it today. All right. All that being said, let's just do a quick rundown of the things I've tasted from Buffalo Trace before, what I like about them, so that it can guide you a little bit maybe in your recommendation for what I should go out and get next. So let's start all the way over here on the left with Weller Special Reserve. So I have done a review of this bottle, so I'll put a little link up here somewhere for you to click if you want to go check out my full review of it. Basically, I think it's a pretty solid budget wheater. I think it's delicate and an easy sipper with some good honey, little touch of spice, but pretty much I would pay $25 for it, not much more, and I think it's solid at that price. So not my favorite wheater overall, but really solid, and I know that there's the rest of the Weller line to explore, so if you think Weller and the wheated mash bill is somewhere I should be going next, put that down in the comments below. Maybe it's the Antique 107, maybe it's Weller Foolproof or Weller 12. Admittedly, almost impossible to find these days, but I can go on the extra hunt at your recommendation. All right, so next we've got Benchmark Foolproof. Again, I've done a full review of this. I'll link up here for you to click if you so desire. Benchmark, the whole line, the whole Benchmark line is under the Sazerac and under the Buffalo Trace umbrella. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is thought to be the same mash bill as Buffalo Trace, mash bill 1 from Buffalo Trace, the same stuff that goes and on and becomes Stag Junior and things like that. So this is 125 proof, sort of high octane, very hot bourbon for me. Got a lot of heat to it, but good brown sugars, strong sort of grape note for me on this. That's sort of quintessential Buffalo Trace note that a lot of people get. So decent, for $25 or whatever it is, it's pretty good budget whiskey. Like I said, I do think it's a little bit hot, but certainly something I enjoy sipping on when I'm looking for a little bit more of a heater. Is there something else from the Benchmark line that you guys think I should go out and get? I know there's like the top floor. I've heard the single barrel is pretty good. Just let me know if you think anything else from the Benchmark line should take precedence over anything else, but gives you a sense of what I like from Benchmark Foolproof. And then last but not least, we have got Buffalo Trace. So the flagship product from the distillery we're talking about today, Buffalo Trace, thought to be mash bill 1, which is something like 75% corn, thought to be 10 or less percent rye and like 15% malted barley. So I did recently do a review of Buffalo Trace bourbon. I'll link somewhere up here again for you to click if you want to, but I'll do a little tasting here and nosing of it in the glass just to give you a sense of what I think about this flagship product. So good honey and oak presence, lots of cherry and vanilla, maybe a touch of caramel, but a lot of like honey notes coming through on the nose. So let's get into the palate here, take a sip. Yeah, so carries through nicely from the nose to the palate. Great honey, good cherry and vanilla, a little bit more oak spice and oak presence, especially toward the finish. This develops into something oakier and spicier, and it's pleasant and fruity up front, and then a little bit heavier and more caramel and oak toward the finish. So really delightful. I do really like Buffalo Trace. It's grown on me a lot as I've tasted it more and more. So if there's something, you know, from the mash bill one, just there's bourbon offerings, maybe it's Stag Junior, maybe it's E.H. Taylor, whatever it is that you think I should go out and get next from Buffalo Trace. Maybe it's more along the traditional flagship bourbon kind of line. Okay, so that gives you a sense of what I've tasted from Buffalo Trace so far. Let me know, of course, in the comments. Put down your vote for what should I go out and try to hunt down and buy next from Buffalo Trace. Do just want to say that, look, there's a lot of opinions about Buffalo Trace out there. Everybody has their sense of where the hype is and how much you should pay. Let's just keep it civil in the comments. But if you want to put down, you know, a particular bourbon like a Stag Junior or something and tell me what you're willing to pay for it, let me know that as well. This is really just about getting some knowledge from you guys out there in the whiskey world on YouTube and getting a sense of honing what I should hunt for next. To give you a sense of what I am looking at, I am definitely very interested in like the Antique 107 from Weller. That's one of the ones that I've been keeping my eye on and looking out for quite a bit. So if you think that's a good direction, let me know. But otherwise, the rest of Buffalo Trace is at your fingertips. Let me know what I should go out and try to buy next. All right, so that wraps up everything here on this third edition of What Should I Buy Next, the Buffalo Trace edition. Until I see you guys again for another video, all I can say is keep drinking good whiskey and cheers.